Welcome, welcome, welcome. Believe it or not, it is time for Season 21 for the American Cornhole organization. And I'll tell you something, the majors are going to be coming fast and furiously here over Season 21. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, and as we ended last year on a celebration, last season a celebration, with the king of Cornhole, Sebastian Barger, we are on the on-ramp to Season 21, kicking things off here at Riverworks in Buffalo, New York, and we continue to celebrate. And the way that we celebrate is that we celebrate all of those who have meant anything and everything to us, and we do it in memory of some and in the presence of others. And tonight, we find ourselves at Riverworks with so many expressions of love for not just the Gears family and everyone involved, but for all of those who have felt whatever it is that has been going on in your lives between the end of Season 20 and Season 21. And we intend to continue to put a shining light on all that is good and all of those that have been so good for us over the course of our lives. So tonight we celebrate those who have been with us, those who will be with us, and those with whom we compete against. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO here, center court, Buffalo Riverworks, and you are checking out the action as we get underway. Again, we're talking a little bit on-ramp for a different kind of schedule. This is a 3-day schedule over the Labor Day weekend here at Riverworks. Tonight, just simply the big blind draw, a great way for everybody to get in, throw their arms around one another, take a big blind draw, and see if you can't bring your partner to the winner's circle. Michael Sifford and Matt Gammon are taking on Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett right here on center court, and we will have action for you to check out as we begin Season 21. For those of you who have been privy to the last week to 10 days here in the American Cornhole Organization universe, we appreciate your love, your support, your good vibes. Know that beyond just from the tip of the spear that there are so many out there that need that same love and support, and we hope that you will continue to offer it. We know that you will, and that's why we say that we hope that you will, because we are confident in that fact. As Michael and Matt Gammon get underway and Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett stand across from one another, Michael Sifford and Matt Gammon in the green lane, and Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett also in the green lane. It's a little bit different than we normally do with the red and the blue lanes, but Matt Gammon dressed like a PGA pro there across the way. Michael Sifford rolling his Duck Dynasty vibe, and then Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett, Shannon in the red, Isaiah in the khaki, as they continue to battle out to see who cracks the first egg here on the broadcast. Throughout the course of the season, we will be available to you on the YouTube channel and on Facebook, all as part of the ACO Digital Network. Typically, my man, the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett, will be side by side with me. We're working out the schedule for the entire season. All of the Pro Series events and the Skins games will be happening with the 5th and final at the World Championships this year back in Thronesboro, Kentucky. So many great tournaments. As a matter of fact, next weekend, back to Lake Charles, Louisiana at the Lake Charles Civic Center. Then how about this? The weekend of the 12th and the 13th, we're going to be in Toledo, Ohio, Lake Tahoe, and Atlantic City all in the same weekend. Then the final weekend of the month, the ACO Canada, the first major in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Canada, at the East Lake Center. The same weekend, we are at ACO Legends Major in Bryan, Texas. What a September we've got ahead of us. But right now, we find ourselves with a 1-0 slight lead with Shannon and Isaiah over Michael and Matt. Matt Gammon, typically used to throwing bags with and against Todd Gammon, but that's the beauty of the big blind draw. You never know what you're going to get, says Forrest Gump. And through the course of the evening, we'll have some random action here for you on center court, and we'll get back to the finals and the probably the semifinals here with commentary. But just wanted to take an opportunity to welcome you to Season 21. It is my honor and pleasure to continue to be the mouth of the ACO, the loudmouth, if you will, the dot connector, the alchemist, whatever you would like to call me. And some of you probably have different names for me, and that's okay as well. Send me your phone number so when I care, I can call you. Right now, the picture on YouTube, we're being told based on the lighting, is a little tighter than you're getting on Facebook. So if you want to check us out on the YouTube channel, feel free to bring those comments. And as I'm sitting here, if I can field those, I will absolutely do that. But appreciate those of you who are watching and checking things out on any portion of the ACO Digital Network. What's interesting is we moved center court this year because last year we had to actually stop playing center court the way the sun was streaming in across the boards on center court. And it turns out that we've moved almost to a, I don't know, from a 6 o'clock to a 9 o'clock position. And if you look, you can see Mike Sifford steps into the light, and he is completely engulfed in a beam of light. So I'm hoping that's not some sort of extraterrestrial happening. It's just a matter of the sunshine rolling into this indoor-outdoor facility, and that's what's fun about this. We are on an actual outdoor hockey rink prior to them freezing over this and the one that is next to it for indoor-outdoor hockey. But Riverworks is just an amazing facility. It's got its own mini amusement park. It's got its own in-house venue. 2,000 people here last night for a wrestler/rapper, and ready to rock and roll all weekend long for the big Labor Day party weekend. So again, thank you guys for checking us out. 1-1 score is knotted here on court one. Throw a couple of other scores out here to you in case some of these are names that you recognize. And it's awesome that we're here in Buffalo and seeing new names. As we always like to say, we love to see new names and new games. Sean Ross and Phil Pirinelli are up 14-10 over Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro. Junior Williams and Donovan Lenartz up 6-2 over Jason Highfield and Ryan Patterson. Trey Brown and Lynn Miller down 4-3 to Garrick Williams and Nick Hartzog. Eric Sullivan and Brett Litton are knotted at zeros, getting ready to get underway against Drake Poole and Hunter Houts. And Todd Gammon, the aforementioned, just advanced, and they will be taking on, he will be with his partner Aaron Rossignol against Devin Thompson and Patrick Bartenfeld. So we'll have that for you here as well as the action continues on center court. For those of you who might be checking us out for the very first time, glad to have you along for the ride. AmericanCornhole.com is where you will find anything and everything that you need to know about the ACO, including if you'd like to be a certified official director and maybe claim your own territory on our map. You can check that out at AmericanCornhole.com. All you have to do is hop onto that map, find yourself the zip codes that are interesting to you, and also you'll find listed venues, players, former players, and majors that are listed there for you for reference. So it's a great opportunity to get in there and get some empirical information about the ACO and how you can continue to grow your club and your player base around you. So Matt Gammon and Michael Sifford find themselves down 7-1 to Shan Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett. First bag out of Isaiah's hand, as well as the second bag right down the middle. Michael having a tough time holding the board or holding the hole. So right now we're looking at 7-2. Oh, and it's going to fall. That's going to be a 7-5. That should be a 2 spot right there added to the tally for Sheehan and Puckett. And it does. It's 9-1. Brown and Miller up 10-4 over Williams and Herzog. 15-14 now. Fernandez and Alessandro have taken the lead back from Ross and Pirinelli. Donovan Lenartz and Junior Williams hold a 10-4 lead over Jason Highfield and Ryan Patterson. Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol still waiting to get underway against Devin Thompson, Patrick Bartenfeld, and Sullivan Litton, and Hunter and Poole and Hout still knotted at 0. See Amari over there on the boards. Looking to get in here and see this full bracket here, but we can bring you up to speed as to what's happening on the top courts. How about this? 11-1 now. Sheehan and Puckett over Gammon and Sifford. One in and one off now by Isaiah. One off the backside. Finding some slick spots there as Michael Sifford as he continues to throw slick side down. Nice bag right there by Isaiah. And a nice finish there on the slick side just to curve it in. Finishes Isaiah. Nicely done. Oh, and another one spins away from Michael, and that is going to be a solid frame right there for Isaiah, and I think that's going to take the score. Yeah, that's going to be a 6 spot. Yeah, 17-1 now as Matt Gammon does his best to try to get them back into this game shoulder to shoulder with Shan Sheehan. Sean and the whole crew here at Buffalo Riverworks working their hind ends off to make sure that we have a good time and a great setup here out on the ice rink. Not on the ice, by the way. All right, a 9-on-4. Gammon puts a 5 spot on the board for he and Mike Sifford. That brings us to 16-7. These two starting to find a groove down at the opposite end. (20-on-6) right now is the hurdle that Matt Gammon has to help them get over. He drops one, leaves one up. That should be a... I didn't see what happened there off the backside. It's going to be 10-on-8. He's going to pull 2 out of that one. Ronnie Lambert. Here in the next round, again, the big blind draw, Buffalo Riverworks, Buffalo, New York, season 21 underway big time. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO here on center court. We're making our way through what is going to be a jam-packed season 21. We mentioned everything going on in September a little while ago. October kicks off with the ACO Spooky Nook Super Major, or not Super Major, but a major that includes our first Pro Series skins competition there at Spooky Nook, Hamilton, Ohio. The following weekend, we'll double up in Medford, Oregon, and Albertville, Alabama. The 17th and 18th, Salt Lake City in Utah and Kansas City, Kansas. And then we wrap up the month of October just prior to Halloween with the ACO Lacrosse Major, La Crosse, Wisconsin. So again, Medford, Oregon, Albertville, Alabama, Salt Lake City, Utah, Kansas City, Kansas, La Crosse, Wisconsin, spanning the nation and the northern hemisphere to bring you cornhole action throughout. How about this November ACO Tupelo, 14 and 15. And while we're in the Tupelo, we're also in the Pocatello, Idaho, the 14th, 15th, Manheim, Pennsylvania on the 21st and 22nd. Going to be back out at the ACO Weston Lake Las Vegas Major on the 21 and 22 of November. And then how about the 28th and 29th, wrapping things up around Thanksgiving weekend as we typically do for the month of November. ACO South Bend, Indiana, the Century Center. Looking forward to being back there for that one. We'll get into December, January, February, March, April, and May as we continue. But Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett right now getting ready to take on John Barnes and Ronnie Lambert. Here on center court, Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro up 6-4 over Montume Glenn and Mark Ham. Williams and Lennart still knotted at zeros against Cox and Smith. How about Drake Poole and Hunter Houts up 20-16 over Eric Sullivan and Brett Litton. And then Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol up 9-2 over Devin Thompson and Patrick Bartenfeld. So these guys gathering their weaponry here on center court. Isaiah Puckett in the black shorts and khaki t-shirt. First bag out of his right hand. They wish one another good luck. Oh, and he's lost another one there off the back. Nice pinch bag right there. Up and over for a redemptive airmail, if you will. Another challenge right there to tighten up some of the hole there. He's going to try to cut that bag in there as Isaiah, but he's not able to do it. This opens up the center for a nice cleanup. Coming in hot and off the side. And that right there is an opportunity missed, and it's going to cost him a couple. Barnes and Lambert going to go down. Do the math in my head there. Shouldn't be too bad. No, it should just be 1, 2, 3 spot. Even with that final one off the back, there was an opportunity there, but Sheehan and Puckett hold a 3-0 lead over Barnes and Lambert. Sort of a tit-for-tat bag right there. Sheehan lets one off the back right-hand side. Open up an opportunity, which is taking advantage of. Another opportunity right up the middle. Right now we're looking at 7-on-1, 7-on-2. Is that going to be a 10-on-2? Oh, it's going to be a 7-on-2. That'll be a 5 spot. That's going to exchange the first bag opportunity there. Barnes and Lambert will take first bag back. Fernandez Alessandro up 10-4 over Glenn and Ham. Williams Lennart's up over Cox and Smith 4-0. Gammon and Rossignol up 9-4 over Thompson and Bartenfeld. Still in the warm-up phase, Poole and Houts getting ready to take on Camden Weepior and John Baker. It was, of course, here last year. Nice little piggyback attempt right there from Isaiah. That one got away just a little bit. It was here in Buffalo last year where we started the season. Chilly temperatures, beautiful weather, a little bit of a breeze cutting through this indoor-outdoor facility as the light stripes through the play area. Looks like we're in complete shade now. Should be some issues possibly over the next couple of days, but delightful weather. And it was this time last year when we were announcing that the World Championships, 2 years from that time, 2 seasons from that time, as we just wrapped up this past year in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This year we end up in Owensboro, Kentucky one more time for the World Championships. And the following year, which we announced last season, right here in Buffalo, Medford, Oregon. Looking forward to getting out to the Rogue X Center in Medford, Oregon, a beautiful, beautiful area and part of the country. And if you have not made your plans to be part of that World Championship, please make sure that you do. You will not be sorry. It is beautiful when we get out there in the fall. It is gorgeous when we get out there in the winter. I can only imagine how amazing. Oh, what a shot it'll be in the summertime come season 2022 World Championships. Oh, good shot right there by Isaiah to pull back a bag that had been pinched up around the 11 o'clock spot. And just a lay low right there. Barnes leaves one out just a little bit to the right. Sheehan takes advantage of that up the middle. Opportunity to take advantage of that. John Barnes does just that. Sheehan finishes strong. Can Barnes finish in the center for the Washingtons? Yes, he can. Alan Ballard, not a pro, approached me a little while ago, the guy who was behind the phrase Washingtons. Appreciate him being here in Buffalo as well. Glad to have you along for the ride. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, the American Cornhole Organization, as Barnes and Lambert, and Ronnie Lambert takes his first bag out of his right hand, an opportunity to capitalize off of a miscue by Isaiah. Puts a nice blocker down in the center. Up. Oh, and a low block there. I think that's a little bit less than what he had hoped for, but a guy's got a good airmail, so we'll see if he's going to employ that here later. And Ronnie does him a solid by leaving one off the backside, and Isaiah says no blood, no foul. Ronnie try to grab one and push. He gets a nice little nudge on his bag with one left in hand, up and over. Great airmail, and he's going to go ahead and clean it up. It's just going to be a wash there on those two bags. Is there an opportunity for Ronnie to take advantage? I don't know. So it's going to be a crooked number wash there, a double sevens, and that leaves things at 7-6. Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro have jumped out all over Montume Glenn and Mark Ham. 20-7. Williams and Lennart's up 9-7 over Cox and Smith. Poole and Houts up over Weepier, they're knotted at 7 against Weepier and Baker. And Gammon Rossignol, that would be of the Todd variety, up 15-14 over Devin Thompson and Patrick Bartenfeld. as these guys continue to match shot, for better or worse, actually, here on center court. Seems like they're playing a little bit of follow the leader. Sheehan goes up and over the top, kicks it off the backside. John Barnes says, all right, I'm comfortable just leaving that there as a barrier for you. Sheehan goes up and over, nails the airmail. Seemed to expect more from himself on the one prior to that. Oh, and a muscle bag right there through the front and off to the side from John Barnes. It's going to leave things at 8-on-7. Sheehan and Puckett take that first bag. Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro will now advance against Amari Scott and Bernie Ketter. Right now in the warm-up phases on that court, Kendall Cox and Mike Smith Sr. have now recaptured the lead over Junior Williams and Donovan Lenartz, 11-9. Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol 1 point away from taking victory out of the hands of Devin Thompson and Patrick Bartenfeld, 20-16. And that 7-7 tie has now become a 13-7 lead for Weepior and Baker over Poole and Houts. Isaiah calling a quick timeout. For some reason, has a very important phone call to take, and I would not want to be the person on the other end of that phone. It's the first time I've ever seen that. Have you ever seen that? Somebody call a timeout to take a phone call and scream at the person and tell them, do not call me while I'm playing? Oh, my goodness. Oh. Buffalo Riverworks is where we find ourselves tonight, again ramping up season 21. Hard to believe that it was just about a month ago we wrapped up the World Championships, crowned a brand new king of cornhole. That would be one Sebastian Barger. And what a year of kings we are going to have this coming season in season 21, as Sebastian holds the current king's crown and the cape. But what a battle season 21 is going to be, and we invite you to be a part of all of it. Not just watching, whether it be on the stream. We'd love you to be a part of it and playing. And if you want to get involved in Monster Cornhole, no matter what group, what league, what anything, association that you play in, Monster Cornhole might be the way for you to get in, especially at an entry shoulder-to-shoulder level. MonsterCornhole.com will show you how you can get involved in the area where you live and also win thousands of dollars worth of prizes. It might be an entry level into the ACO. You never know. Find out just how much you love the game and how much the game loves you back. But find a certified official director in your area to latch on to, or become one yourself. Get into that grid logic map and claim a territory or two for yourself and see if you can't develop your own ACO group to get in here and be a part of what will be an amazing season 21 and a World Championships in Owensboro, Kentucky. Once this game is wrapped up, we'll let you watch a little more center court action, and we'll get back to it here in the semis and the finals. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. How about Whippior and Baker all over Poole and Houts now, 19-9, as Kendall Cox and Mike Smith Sr. continue to increase their lead over Junior Williams and Donovan Lenartz, 15-11. Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol still in a battle royale, 20-19 over Devin Thompson and Patrick Bartenfeld, and right now 11-8 with John Barnes and Ronnie Lambert now back on top of Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett. Sheehan flips his bag, grips his bag, and lets her rip. Flat, nice, but it kicks off to the left. That blocker from John did its trick. He's going to come in hot and try to push it. He's lucky that one held the front of the board. Could that be an eyesore? Well, he's going to step out there and try to run through it, I think, which is what he was trying to do on the last one. Yeah, he drops one and leaves a replacement bag. Nicely done. Sheehan Going for the airmail there, and he drops one of Barnes' bags. Barnes going to try to split the difference. Oh, he just lays up a low blocker. I think he was trying to get up there through the middle, but Shan has a chance to come in and try to collect a couple. Oh, when he doesn't, they hang up top. So that's going to be a, a 6 and 8 on 4? Yep, 8 on 4. So that's going to put Barnes and Lambert a little bit more in the driver's seat, 15 on 8. Trey Brown and Lynn Miller are warming up now to take on Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol, who are finally able to put the clamp down on that last game. As the indoor-outdoor ice rink here continues to hum with the thump of cornhole bags. Hammer Time Cornhole is here. I see them down there vending their little hearts out. We have another vendor here, right? As well, I'll have to go down and check them out and see who has shown up here to push their wares. We're waiting to see who that will be here over the next couple of days. Again, this is a 3-day format, unusual for the season, but a good way to kick things off, like I said, an on-ramp to season 21. A Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the holiday weekend in mind. Hopefully you're planning a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. John says just lay it down there and don't do Isaiah any favors. Oh, and he does exactly the opposite of that. It's Ronnie says, oh, are you saying left? I thought you were saying go off the board to the right. That's what I thought you meant. Up and over. Oh, and he tries for the airmail. Kicks it off the backside. And 15 on 8 becomes 17 on 8. Now Barnes and Lambert, even with that bag off to the right-hand side. Isaiah kicking one off the back was allowed him to give up the 2. Barnes puts his first bag up the middle. Sheehan follows. Control of the hole is what they seek now. As long as they can go bag for bag and put the deciding points down in the hands of their partners, I'm sure both will be happy. That's going to be a possible 2-spot given up by Shan Sheehan. If John's able to take advantage, he finishes with the 4-bagger, and that's going to do it. I think, yeah, that's going to finish it off. That's going to be a 12 on 8. That's going to be a 4-spot, puts him 21 to 8. John Barnes, Ronnie Lambert over Shannon Sheehan and Isaiah Puckett. Rudy Fernandez, Adam Alessandro up 11 to 5 over Scott and Ketter. Williams and Lenartz getting ready to take on Logan Collins and Kevin Thompson as they continue the warm-up phase, as Trey Brown, Lynn Miller do against Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol. As we get these games teed up here on center court, we'll have them for you. You can watch the action. We'll get back to more commentary here in just a few. Glad to have you on the line, Craig Smith, and so many others. Jaden Wilkinson. DJ, let's go. Sing, let's go. Chris Wilson, will see you at your first ACO Major in Toledo. Sing, appreciate your thoughts and prayers for the Gears family. It's a strong family. They are all muscle on the inside and the outside, but God bless you. Craig Smith, let's go season 21. Right, Craig? Agree with you. Check out that PPR for Shan. He's throwing a pretty good game. Yeah, he had been. Welcome season 21, says Jeremy Jones. Yeah, you did jinx him just a little bit. Jeremy Jones says Halloween FWB. I don't know what that means, FWB. Is that something the kids say these days? I don't know. But Johnny Barnes and Ronnie Lambert getting ready to take on Walter Majors and Stacy Yates. The action is set to begin here, and enjoy every bit of it here on the ACO Digital Network.
talk to him. He's a cheater. He's my buddy, but he's a cheater.
Uh-oh. We like a little bit of drama once in a while, a little cheat.
He won't come my way. He won't go with me. It's not fair. Good luck, Ronnie.
That's what we end up with. I was looking down, I was looking at the scores and everything, and I look up and that's what we end up with. All right, if you have been checking us out here on the stream live from Buffalo Riverworks, you've seen what tonight is really all about, and this is just getting our feet wet in Season 21 and for a 3-day major weekend here in Buffalo. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, the American Cornhole Organization, thrilled to be on-ramping Season 21 for you in a season that we choose to celebrate and lift one another up, and we appreciate those of you who are here for the partay. My favorite, Irish-Mexican, Rudy Fernandez. Good to see you, brother. He and his partner, Adam Alessandro, getting ready to take on Garrick Williams and Nick Hartzog here on center court, who just dispatched with another Williams. That would be Junior Williams and his partner, Donovan Lenartz, who is dealing with a bit of an injury, but he's not letting that be his excuse. So here on center court, we will continue to work our way towards the match between the winner of this and Eric Rossignol and Todd Gammon, who will wait to find out who will take on the king seat holders Trey Brown and Lynn Miller. The big blind draw here at ACO Buffalo, the first major of Season 21. We worked our way up here this afternoon, as did many from over a dozen states, to kick things off in Season 21. We have how many games? 2 games, yeah. And then, and thanks again, by the way, to Hammer Time Cornhole and Rocket Bags, who are here and front, yep. Rudy always asking the pertinent questions, front of the white line or otherwise. So he will step up, and as they continue to get warmed up, and a mention of Hammer Time Cornhole and Rocket Bags. And Rocket Bags, one of our bag partners that are selling approved and stamped ACO bags, but the first folks I've ever met from New Hampshire. I was over there talking with them a little bit ago, and I go, well, so where are Rocket Bags from? And she goes, New Hampshire. And I'm like, oh yeah, New Hampshire. I've never met anyone from New Hampshire. Have you? No. Aubrey Plaza? No. Oh. I've never met any. Well, you know what? I don't know that I've ever met anybody from Delaware either. Yes, thank you. So anyway, these guys are getting ready to get underway. Adam Alessandro, Rudy Fernandez in the white lid. Adam Alessandro with the outstanding carrot top mullet. It's sweet. Garrick Williams in the orange hat to complement Adam's ginger wig jam, and Nick Hartzog in the Bramey's Bags jersey. So that should set the field for what's about to happen here on center court. Thanks to those of you who are checking us out on the stream. I saw Don Day said, thanks for streaming. You're welcome. If we didn't, I wouldn't have a gig, and I'm thrilled to have that gig. Victor Rosa, I'm playing tomorrow. I am 12. Victor, welcome. Can't wait to meet you. Nathan Menifee says, I'm going to be going to Atlantic City. We're looking forward to seeing you there. I'll be there as well. And Boz23, let's go Slick. So appreciate you guys checking in and letting us know what you're watching and who you're cheering for. And again, more information on what's coming up for the ACO. AmericanCornhole.com has everything you need to know, including the entire major schedule to date. A couple of tweaks still to be made. But this is an unusual 3-day major to start the season, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, thanks to the Labor Day weekend festivities here at Riverworks. So looking forward to bringing you all of the action. Tomorrow we will be handling World Doubles and World Singles, and then on Sunday it'll be juniors, women's, singles, co-ed, and the quads. So lots of cornhole action through your holiday weekend. Hopefully you're spending yours safely and securely. I know LaBelle is taking things to the beach again this weekend, and hopefully many of you are wrapping up your summer in big time style. So how about Fernandez and Alessandro's jumping out to a quick snowman to goose egg 8-0 lead right here. Now Fernandez steps up and lets one go from his right paw right up the middle. Nick says, all right, nicely done. I'm going to go a little bit higher and achieve the same result. Rudy comes in sticky side down and lays one that'll block himself basically down the line. Oh, no, it worked out. Ended up blocking Nick. Now he's going to step out there and see if he can't nudge this thing a little bit. Coming in hot side. Oh, and he missed it completely. As soon as he let it go, nope. Nick says, all right, well, if you're going to leave me that middle, I'll take it. Rudy says, I'm going to come in and try to gather one more time. Nick says, I'll take that. Thanks so much. Each one has one off the side, so that should be a, is that going to be a 10 on 10? Or an, no, it gives up. They give up 2 there, so 8-2. Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol await the winner of this match. Nice up the middle there from Adam. The Riverworks facility, the only really indoor-outdoor major that we have. We do run indoor-outdoor in Punta Gorda for the Gulf Coast Classic, but that's outside the regular ACO major schedule. That one's more just for fun, a $20,000 purse on the line over 3 days for that one. And yet we continue to still build that one out and looking forward to being back at the end of season 26. Nice bag right there from Garrick Williams coming in right to left. He's able to sneak that one in there. That one's going to be a 10 on 8. That puts 2 more back in the pocket of Rudy and Adam. Nick says, hey, Garrick, find your happy place. Full Happy Gilmore on that one. And I will say this has been kind of a fun, as I said, on-ramp into the first major of the season. The big blind draw, always an opportunity for players to get to know one another maybe for the first time, or maybe you get the most awesome draw ever and you end up with somebody you're accustomed to playing with. But the bottom line is a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and there have been plenty of all of those things so far. Todd Gammon, Eric Rossignol await the winner of this match. And in the King's seat, Trey Brown and Lynn Miller await the winner of that one. It's a Washington's right there. Let's see, while we were talking about season 21, next weekend we move to Lake Charles, Louisiana, and then the following weekend, how about this? A 3-for weekend, Toledo, Lake Tahoe, and Atlantic City, all the following weekend, the 12th and the 13th, followed by a big wrap-up in September, the 26th and 27th, our first of 2 ACO Canada majors, the Canadian Classic in Charlottetown, PEI, Prince Edward Island, Canada. That's at the Eastlink Center, the 26th and 27th, and the ACO Legends Major in Bryan, Texas, just outside of Texas A&M, the 26th and 27th as well. The first ACO Pro Series Skins matchup takes place the first weekend of October. Spooky Nook, Hamilton, Ohio. Then we are off to Medford, Oregon, and Albertville, Alabama on the 10th and 11th, 17th and 18th, Salt Lake City, and then Kansas City, and then 24th and 25th, La Crosse, Wisconsin. How about that? We'll get into November here in just a moment as we sit on the center court score of 12-2. Nice airmail there by Rudy Fernandez, and tried to match that, did Nick, and bounced one off. Ooh, and a backside screamer, and another one, just a fruitless effort there. Puts one in and lets one off, and that's going to be a 9 spot. Oh, and a final airmail there to save a little bit of face, save a little bit of grace. That's going to be a 9 on 4, I think. Yeah, so that should be a 5 spot for Fernandez, and Alessandro puts them up 17-2. How about November? ACO Tupelo on the 14th, 15th. That would be Tupelo, Mississippi. Pocatello, Idaho on the 14th and the 15th. Mannheim, Pennsylvania at the Spooky Nook Sports Complex on the 21 and 22 of November, and the 21st and 22nd. Also the ACO Weston Lake Las Vegas Major in Henderson, Nevada. They're at the Weston Lake Las Vegas. And then we wrap things up in November as we typically do around Thanksgiving weekend. ACO South Bend, Indiana. That's going to be 28 and 29 December. We roll to Fresno, California on the 5th and 6th, 12th and 13th. Dallas and Grand Prairie, Texas, the 19th and 20th. Fort Smith, Arkansas. That one was most recently added. And then we move in to 2026, starting things off with the ACO Super Major in Throwensboro, Kentucky. More about that after this. Nick says just straight up to Garrick. He may or may not be overthinking this, and by may or may not, I mean he absolutely is. Putting him on the board and off to the side, and that's that's the part about the overthinking that I might have been mentioning. January, Owensboro Super Major, Owensboro 1, 2, and 3. That'll be a way to kick off your new year. 9 and 10, Beloit, Wisconsin. 23 and 24, January, Knoxville, Tennessee. Down there under the big golden globe of the World's Fair. And then January 30th and 31st, Medford, Oregon. Once again, looking forward to having 2 double up as we prep for the ACO Worlds 22 in Medford, Oregon. If you want to get out and check it out, you got 2 opportunities at 2 different majors at the Rogex Center this season. We'll talk about February here in just a moment as Fernandez lets one fly. Leaves it out to the left. Nick says, all right, I'll do you that favor. You go in and clean it up, see if you can clean mine up. Rudy gets around it. There's a cleanup, leaves one out to the side there, so that should be a 12 on 10. Oh, that did it. All right, that finishes at 21-2. Rudy Fernandez. How about that? And Adam Alessandro, 21-2. What do you need? Oh, you have to kneel down? Impossible. Adams wants a taller drink holder. This has been a major I see what you're saying for the score. For the score, okay. We'll get you a taller one, Adam, we promise. Rudy Fernandez, Adam Alessandro against Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol here. We'll find out here. Borrow one from another court. Oh, goodness. We'll get them a score tower that gets it a little taller for them so that they don't have to bend down there to keep score. The winner of this match will take on the king seed holders, Trey Brown and Lynn Miller. Todd. You're the 15, they're the 19. Yeah, I just had to let them know that this is seeded, so higher seed gets the first bag, so that's how that's going to work. You're cut off. They said the blue drink holder looks taller than the red drink holder. They're made out of the exact same template. Nicely done. Oh, goodness. Hello from Tollsboro, Kentucky. Go Jason Highfield, Mr. Orange, Hey Dudes, and Devin Beaver Thompson. Who was it? Where were we earlier? I'm sure he's certainly already in bed, but our friends from Corn on the Pod checked in. Hey, hope you're well. All our thoughts are with Frank and the family. We certainly appreciate that, my friend. It has been a rough, hard scrabble way to go here, but we will overcome, and the way that we do that is we do that together. We've talked about it a number of times, and shoulder to shoulder, hugs and high fives, we will get it done. I promise you that. All right, good lucks have been exchanged. Rudy Fernandez, Adam Alessandro now throwing out of the far lane, and they've switched sides to maintain that outside throwing arm. Todd Gammon and Eric Rossignol up on the inside lane here. Mark Conklin, let's go. Right on. Rudy's starting to feel the beat of the music. Thanks again to Hammer Time Cornhole and Rocket Bags for being here on site. 2 of over 60 ACO approved and stamped bag partners here for season 21. I see Kendall Cox out there continuing to stay loose, getting ready for a big weekend. Tomorrow, ACO World doubles and then singles. And then on Sunday, a full day, juniors, women's, seniors, co-ed. And then we will have the quads before all is said and done. Then a big party here at Riverworks for the Labor Day weekend, the official end of summer, as these guys remain knotted at zeros. I do love that Adam took the scoreboard down to the other end with him because he thought it was taller, and yet it's the exact same height. 8-0 Fernandez Alessandro. Very similar bums rush that they put on the earlier game. Let me know where you're watching from if you're out and about on a Friday night. Hopefully you're not driving while you're watching, but if you're out somewhere and you got us up on the big screen, let us know. If you're watching on Facebook, that's awesome. I'm watching the YouTube feed right now. Color is better on YouTube. Yeah, it always has been. That's why we made that move. That's a 12 on 10 right there. That puts the first 2 spot up for Gammon and Rossignol. It's going to leave those 2 to get back. Same resolution on both feeds, and yet YouTube looks better. That's right. Facebook is in the middle of some changes again. I don't know if you've noticed. They're starting to change more things about how you respond, how you reply, how you do this, how you do that. Pretty much their motto should be, just when you figure out what we're doing, we're going to change it so you have no idea how to do it again. So that's going to be a wash. So 8 on 2 remains the score here on center court. The very animated Todd Gammon has first bag out of his right paw. Low block. Is that going to bother Adam? Nope. He's going to spin right around it, bully it a little bit to the right-hand side, leave one in nice position. Nice cleanup. Look at that. Tell you what, Mel Blanc needs to be voicing that animated character. There's a reference for those of you over 40. That one laid a little bit low. Todd should be able to come up around it. Oh, and he leaves it shy. Adam looks like he's standing behind the board. He's coming in up and over. Oh, and he air mails it for the wash. Nicely done. Picked it up and let it happen like he knew exactly what he was going to do. Got that pant leg tucked up and ready for serious business. Jacob says, let's go, Todd and Eric. Come on, boys. Richard Jones, what up, Finn? Rudy. Onobos, Amsterdam. Love it. I don't know if is that Amsterdam, like the Amsterdam, like where every frat boy in the world wants to go, or is it like Amsterdam, New Jersey? Watching from Reno. Looking forward to my very first event in Tahoe in a couple weeks, says Jeff Poindexter. That's awesome, man. Can't wait. I wish I was going to Tahoe to see it. It's one of the most amazing sights I've ever seen in my life, but duty calls, and I will be in Atlantic City, which I love as well. A very spectacular vista there as well. But Lake Tahoe is one of those places, sort of like Crater Lake up there just north of Medford. It's just mind-boggling. You look at it and you can't even fathom what it is you're looking at with your human brain. 8-4 right now. Fernandez Alessandro, Gammon and Rossignol trailing by a double up. Oh, he knew as soon as he let it go, he knew it wasn't going to be what he wanted.
There you go, girl. Let's go.
Nice pick up there by Rudy. Take advantage of that bag out of play there by Eric. Eric looking to make amends and make the most he can out of this. Nice 4-bagger there from Rudy, and that'll be a 3-bagger there. That's a 12 on 10. That should be a 2 spot.
You heard that?
The energy being matched. How about that? Todd Gammon takes out earbuds, which I don't think I've ever seen him wear. I thought maybe he was wearing hearing aids, but he's wearing earbuds of some sort. I thought maybe Lee Majors had talked him into wearing those, but he actually heard Fernandez up and over top of all that. Oh, yeah. We're starting to get some early thoughts from our man behind the scenes, the Wizard of said Oz. Watch out for Alessandro this season. He's starting to get a feel for his own throw. Oh, you're getting a feel for watching his throw. I thought you said he was finally getting a feel for his own throw. No, he's definitely a guy that made some noise. It just needs a taller scoreboard, apparently. 12-6 right now as these guys continue to stack it up and play a little bit of defense. Tenacious D. Up and over. Oh, and he misses off the backside. 8 on 3. 8 on 3 is 5. 8 on 3 is 5. They've agreed on the math. Now what? Oh, and he got it to the backside, and it sticks up top. It sticks on top. So 12 on 6 becomes 17 on 6. The winner will take on the king seed holder right now. That would be Trey Brown and Lynn Miller. Here in the big blind draw, Buffalo Riverworks, Buffalo, New York. Home of the Buffalo Bills, big Bills Mafia party, and a boat parade happening here next weekend in the after party right here at Riverworks. Sean and his crew, nice backside airmail. He circled the drain on that and pointed at Rudy and said, "That's how you do it." The taunting is never ending. I will tell you this. I don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. Has there been anybody that's been featured in a final of a big blind draw more than Todd Gammon? He is always there at the end of a big blind draw. I'm curious how many of them he won in season 20. It had to be 4, at least 4. Yeah. 17-8. He's got some work to do to get it done here to get to the finals. Nice replacement bag right there from Eric. Nice cleanup. Left a bunch of work there for Rudy to get done. He went slick side down. Oh, that's all right. You don't hate that bag. Just go in, yeah. Adam says just go in. No, he completely yanked it. Todd says I would have shot that bad boy. All right, that let him back in the game, 17-8 right now, and that takes it to 17-12. That's going to be a little double-digit cracker right there. Oh boy, that was a level 27 block. Adam says, "All right, I'll sit on top of you and leave mine in a position where I can come and get it if I want to." Todd says, "Oh, fair enough. You take yours, I'll take mine." Nasty. Oh, nice bag by Todd Gammon. Adam comes in sticky side down, just happy to take the middle. Todd says, "I'll take that same middle. Don't chase, just run it up the middle. Take the 10. Oh, he got lucky. My bad," he said as he let it go, but he got lucky and got the washing 10s out of the deal. February, ACO Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the universe, February 13 and 14. Nothing says Valentine's Day better than celebrating with the carpet. 27th and 28th, Clarksville, Tennessee. That's going to be the wrap for February. March 6 and 7, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we just held the World Championships for season 20. The 27th and 28th, March, we are in Erie, Pennsylvania, and in Peoria, Illinois. In April, we move on to Shreveport, Louisiana, Upland, California, and Dallas, Texas. Those dates don't matter to you because you're not writing them down. I'm just going to tell you where we're going to be. And as they collect their weaponry, May wraps up the season with Mobile, Alabama, Salt Lake City, Utah, Toledo, Ohio, and Camp Margaritaville, Auburndale, Florida. You gotta love it. I gotta figure there's more tweaks to be done to that schedule. We will keep you posted on AmericanCornhole.com as everything you need to know. See what's going on here on the stream as these guys continue to battle with Fernandez and Alessandro up 19-12. What up? 4 hours out, says Hunter McCullough. Joyce Brock says, oh my. I don't know what that means. Joyce, what does that mean, oh my? Are you talking about celebrating with carpet on Valentine's Day? I don't know what she means. We shall see. 19-12. The king seat awaits. Trey Brown and Lynn Miller have to be double dipped, having spent the last hour waiting. Two points left separating Fernandez and Alessandro.
Hey, you don't need it. PPR says different.
Rudy, is Rudy playing for PPR?
Believe, ain't that the famous words of our other ginger bro? We got knock it off and go in, I think.
Todd says all you got to do is knock it off and go in, and that was the furthest thing from that. But how about that? Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro, the Ginger Brothers, will move on to take on Trey Brown and Lynn Miller in the finals of the ACO Big Blind Draw here on a Friday night here on Buffalo Major at Riverworks. The Ginger Brothers, I love it. How about you? All right, we're going to make a quick change here to center court for Adam, and then we'll be right back. Man of the people back here on center court. Adam Alessandro, part of the Ginger Brothers. He's got himself a scoreboard that he can now reach without bending over. I got to be honest with you. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a people pleaser. Glad to have you along for the ride here, ACO Buffalo. You can hear the ships going by on the river, coming straight off of Lake Erie. Ike says, bring it home for the mitten, Rudy. Breaking Records is who they're throwing for. You want to make sure we got a shout out to them. Trey Brown, Lynn Miller. Facing off against Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro. Center court, baby. Buffalo, New York. All right, an 8-on-7 now changes things to 3-0. Lynn Miller lets one fly out of his right claw. Alessandro matches up the middle. Tell you what, neither one of these guys wastes any time. That is a fact. Adam says, I'll take that middle. Oh, and he had the opportunity to clean it up and run it through, and he's going to end up taking that wash. He had an opportunity to clean that up, but the double eights right there leaves it at 3-0. Again, tomorrow, World Doubles and World Singles on a Saturday, just as we always do. But the big twist in this bad boy is that on Sunday, it's juniors, women's, single or seniors, co-ed, and quads all happening on Sunday because of the holiday weekend. Nice airmail right there from Rudy Fernandez, who's got a game that I think is it's an all or nothing kind of game. He's either completely on his game or he's wondering what happened to it. But right now he seems pretty jacked and pretty happy. Breaking records on his lid and hoping to do so here on center court. 4-3, they take that first bag back, being down 3-0. Nice block put out there by Adam, and going to continue to reblock up and over. Oh, and a bag in. And one off there, so going to continue to play that airmail game. Just going to try to coin slot it right in between. Just stack it up, Rudy. I can't tell if Rudy's gagging or is loving what he's saying. Trey says, shoot it if you can. So he's going up. Oh, and off the back side. That's going to be a costly 4 spot, I do believe. Right there. Yep, that's going to be a 6-on-2. Takes it to 8-on-3 right now. Fernandez, Alessandro. Now, again, keep in mind they have to double dip. Trey and Lynn right here, who've been holding the king seat here for the better part of an hour and a half. Bags being, oh, nice shot. Up and over. That's a great cleanup right there for a couple of bags. Oh, and Rudy comes in on the zip line. Thought he was going to come in and take one with him, but nice. Oh, up and over there. That's going to be a beauty right there. Nicely done by Trey Brown. That's going to be a 12-on-6. And that tightens things up now. 9-8 puts them in the lead. First bag out of the hand of Lynn Miller. Ooh, and that hit low. It's going to end up being not a terrible block, but I think that one got away from him a little early. Adams says, all right, I'll see your block and I'll raise you a little side piece. Able to clear himself a lane. Lynn says, I'm going to force you to do it with an open center board. And Adams says, no. Take this one. Can he take those and avoid the fourth bag blues? And he does. Taters exchange, and that's going to be a 10-on-7, so that'll put a 3-spot back in the pocket of Fernandez and Alessandro, and they regain control of first bag. Fernandez right up the middle. He's very methodically running the center of the board. Rudy's going to step outside, see if he can cut right to left, and he does. A little bit of a bully on that one. Nice bag there for layaway cleanup there by Trey. Yeah, I think he's going to get him too, Adam. Oh, nice block there. Coming in hot, takes them both. That's going to be a wash. Nice bag there to vibrate both inside. That's washing 10s. 11-9 remains the score. Fernandez and Alessandro will hold on to that first bag. Oh boy. That was a very low block right there. Oh, and it did the trick. Lynn kicked off just enough. And look at that. Adam comes left or right, avoids his own bag. Lynn does the same thing there. So he's not going to chase that. He's just going to leave a blocker in front. Oh, and he does it again. Lynn falls for it twice in the same round. Nice cleanup. What a shot. Very well played. That was a chess game right there. Nicely done. And that's going to be a 4 spot? Yeah, 10-on-6. And that takes us to 15-9. Now, should Fernandez and Alessandro win this game, all they have to do is do it again if they want to take the championship and these brand new trophies, which look badass this year for season 21 in the ACO. See what else is going on. Let's go 2 scoops. 2 scoops. Let's get 2 scoops as Brad Alessandro. So let me guess who he's cheering for, just out of curiosity. Lots of clues in that phrase and the name. Oh, boy, nice bag. He came in hot, looking to collect, but it's going to be a 7-on-6, gives up the penny. Fernandez and Alessandro pick one up as they inch closer to that goal of taking game 1 of what would need to be a 2-game victory. That one got away from him. As soon as he let go of it, he knew. Trying to minimize the damage, which he does. Lynn says, all right, I'll come in. If you're going to give me 2, I'll take 2. Thank you much. So it's 12-on-10. That takes us to 16-11. Now, if somehow they're able to pull it back, if you're just joining us, Trey Brown and Lynn Miller sit in the king seat, all they have to do is win this game to win it all. That being the big blind draw. Fernandez and Alessandro, if they win, they have to do it again. And Rudy seems to be thinking, yeah, maybe we want to get done and go back to the hotel with that shot. Trey tries that roll bag, and he doesn't just try it, he succeeds with that roll bag. Nice cut up and over. Rudy comes in hot, brute force, gets the job done, leaves the middle open up for Trey, who takes it. Just go in and give up. The penny. Oh.
Like my mother told me what to do.
Yeah.
He gets like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Remember, wife. Love you, honey.
16-on-13 right there. The Ginger brothers, they make a pretty good blind draw. To be honest with you. One's on layaway. There it goes. I like the way Adam sets up his shot now. He just steps back there, picks up the bag off the backside. That'll be a Washington's right there. He didn't take a lot of time, didn't overthink it, and it's served him pretty well, but right there, maybe a little bit more time, but going to put him up an extra couple. Rudy's just got to stick to form and run it up the middle, which he does. Trey just trying to inch his bag back to gettable position. Rudy helps him out just a touch. A little power, nicely collected. Wide open board. Fernandez takes it with his third bag. Trey's is going to take advantage of that. Circles the drain. Fourth bag blues. Nope. Double four bagger. Nicely done. Well done. Season 21 here on center court. Isaac Hurt's name adorns the Court 1 banner out of Virginia. The Hurt brothers will be here to compete tomorrow in doubles and throughout the singles competition. Looking forward to a massive roll call, if you will. You can follow along on Scoreholio. Understand, too, that if you're a part of the ACO this year, you can get your memberships and buy all of your event and major tickets for each division through Scoreholio. AmericanCornhole.com has, nice bag up and over the top there by Lynn Miller. Great shot. Well, that's going to earn them a couple right now. So 16-13 is going to become 17-16. And Brown and Miller take first bag back. First bag out of the right claw of Trey Brown, and he loses it just a little bit to the left. AmericanCornhole.com, again, if you're looking to figure out how to become a member. 3 different membership tiers, including free, which a lot of people seem to like. Free is for me. Also, all of those individual division tickets available through Scoreholio. All right, Fernandez, all he has to do is remain consistent right here. It's going to be a 12 on 8. Is that going to be a 4 spot? Yeah, it is. That's going to put them on the magic number 20. It's the hardest point to get in cornhole. I think it's either the first one or the last one. We've never been able to determine which is the hardest point to pick up. Is it the first one or the last one? Alessandro says, I'll show you how to pick up the first one on the next bag. How about that? It's the last one, no question. Well, for me, it's the first one. Scott Mitchell, thank you very much. So Fernandez and Alessandro stand on the cusp of having to force a second game, a double dip scenario. However, and he went up to try to seal the deal right there. All right, stay on. It's never good when you hear somebody say stay on, so that's going to be 7 on 4. That's a 3 spot. And that brings us to a tie bag game. Is that going to be 20s? Yes, it is. All right. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Brown and Miller taking it in a one-and-done fashion? Is it going to be Fernandez and Alessandro forcing the double dip? Who knows? Well, you'll know here in just a couple of minutes. Oh, Fernandez loses that one out to the side, and that could be it. And that was the all-or-nothing part of his game that we talked about a moment ago. He's either dialed in or completely off the hook. Yeah, that should do it. Long as Trey is able to keep it where he wants it. Got himself in a good position right there. Fernandez goes up and over, boy, and he just does himself a huge disservice. Trey's just got to lay that one up there. Short airmail drag. Is he going to get it, or is he going to... Oh, and he gets one in and one off, and that's going to do it. Congratulations. Trey Brown and Lynn Miller are able to hold on to that king seat. Congratulations to those guys, and a great finish by Rudy Fernandez and Adam Alessandro, the Ginger Brothers, a 21-20 final with Trey Brown and Lynn Miller holding on to the king seat. Well done, and the trophies will be taken home, the first trophies of season 21. Well done. And congratulations. And what a weekend we've got planned for you. Tomorrow, World Doubles, World Singles here from Riverworks in Buffalo. And then on Sunday, as part of the holiday weekend spectacular, the labor really begins on Labor Day weekend, and that's going to be juniors, women's, seniors, co-ed, and quads. But for the action here tonight at Riverworks, it's time to wrap it up from center court. Again, thank you for joining us for season 21. Congratulations again to Trey Brown and Lynn Miller. A valiant effort by Rudy Fernandez and Adam. I will tell you something. The Ginger brothers, you may not have heard the last of them as a team. Adam Alessandro, very nicely played. Things are wrapping up here. If you have an opportunity to get here to Buffalo, New York, and be a part of the rest of the weekend, we would love to have you here. Photos are being taken with the winners, and in the meantime, we will take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us for the opening of ACO Season 21, the American Cornhole Organization, the sanctioning body of the sport and the game of cornhole since 2005. On behalf of Frank Gears, the Cornhole Dude, and the entire ACO staff, back from Riverworks tomorrow on ACO 21, the Buffalo Major. And as he always likes to remind you, keep on pitching.